Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am thinking about today something new, actually something old. I am going for the first time to do a top 10. Like, first off, how do you like my new setup? I can't believe I haven't thought about this yet. Normally and usually, like the past 2 years, I have been sitting by the window and I've been sitting like all over the place in this apartment. Now I have actually just done one simple thing, and that was place a table in front of me so that it looks visually a lot more nicer, if I can say it like that. Today I am actually going to talk about my Game Boy Advance collection. Everything on the table in front of me right now are my childhood games. The actual games that I got when I was much younger, like kid, and early teenage years. I have taken really good care of all my boxes, so this is like my original Game Boy Advance collection from the actual time that these were on the shelves in the store. I really like the Game Boy Advance because it is, like, as far as I know, and I know this, it's the last console that Nintendo did like cardboard boxes with. After this, it was the Nintendo DS, and they did like a hard case for them, which was really nice, much more sturdier. These can break pretty easily if you like step on them accidentally. A lot of people actually threw them away when they bought games. They were like, this is cardboard, this is like paperish, so let's just throw it away, I just need a game. I actually knew a bunch of people who did that, but it was so natural to me to really take care of the boxes as well. I have more games than 10, so I will have to exclude some games from this list. Now I will get more into my top 10 Game Boy Advance titles, so just keep on watching. At number 10. I have a feeling that I will change my mind about this list somewhere down the line in time. The first game that I want to mention is actually this game. You remember when I told you guys in the handheld console video that my mom and dad took me to the mall and we were getting me a Game Boy Color, but they were sold out with a Game Boy Color, so I got a Game Boy Advance instead. This is the game that I got with my Game Boy Advance the first day. So I got this on release. It actually has no stickers on it still, so it says new Game Boy, actually new Game Boy on it, and 499 kroner. I beat it so much, and I actually also collected all of the Yoshi eggs that are in the side quest. Not exactly side quest, but you unlock it by beating the game one time, and then you kind of have to beat it one more time by collecting these eggs and stuff. But I played it so much that I am so tired of this game. I think I will have to put it away for at least 20 more years. It isn't even 20 years since I played it. Anyway, this gets the 10th place. Number 9. I have all of my cartridges, like the actual game cartridges, inside of this protective little thing. It's the best I could come up with to protect them. I don't want them to be lying around loose. That is never a good thing, is it? This is what I would consider my first choice of hidden gem that I have found on this console. Spyro 2: The Season of Flame. It is such a fun game. I actually find myself playing this, replaying this a lot of times in the past years. I can show you some footage of it. It is basically a Spyro game, pretty much like any other Spyro game, except it is like not exactly platform 2D, it is kind of 3D-ish, like in an overview sense. You collect the gems and you help people, and it is just fun, and the music and the sound effects when you're picking up the gems is satisfying as fuck. So this game is so good. I had to include it in the list. I don't have the cardboard box for it, like the actual game case box for it, but I got this, actually I think I got it off eBay in 2008. Like, definitely a good game you should check out, even if you don't like Spyro in general. At number 8. I would actually rate this one as the next game on the list. It says Final Fantasy IV Advance. This is what I call Final Fantasy IV. I know it's a fuck up with the 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and like the numbers are so wrong some places in the world. This is the original 4. This is what I call 4. It is where Cecile, Kain, Rosa, and all of those guys are in your party. In the city of Baroon and all of these places. It is a lengthy, good, solid RPG. I spent over 50 hours just completing it. And I replayed it for many times. And I play this a lot. A lot. It is a port from the Super Nintendo, but I have a feeling that you already knew that. And everything fell over. Number 7. The next game I would rate on this list is Yoshi's Island. It is also a port from the Super Nintendo. Actually, a lot of games are ports from either the Super Nintendo or someplace else and put over to the Game Boy Advance. It makes perfect sense also. The Game Boy Advance is basically, it has the capacity to do the same things as the Super Nintendo could. I have beaten this game so much. I will show you some video game footage of my scoreboards. Yoshi's Island is solid, it's fun. It's so original, so you've probably heard about it. Number 6. This one. Another Super Nintendo port. It is Donkey Kong Country 2. It's my favorite out of all the Donkey Kong countries. Really fucking challenging. Also, this version of the game, unlike for the Super Nintendo, the actual Super Nintendo, it has mini games in it that are actually good. This is the version that I played, and I didn't grow up with an actual Super Nintendo, so like my Game Boy Advance was kind of, in some ways, my Super Nintendo. At number 5. I would say this. It is Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. It's a really, really good Harvest Moon game. It is originally for the Game Boy Advance. It's not a port in any way, but this one, I got it off eBay last year and I am playing it currently on my Game Boy Micro. I wanted this game so much when it was actually on the shelves, but I didn't get all games I wanted when I was a kid. I just didn't. If I wanted some games as a kid, I would like have to wish for them to give them to me at either Christmas or birthday. That was the way to go, like either that or save up the weekly allowance, like the little money that we got as a kid. But that kind of money was primarily to buy candy at Saturdays. Like sometimes if we saved the money we could afford a game on our own, but birthdays and Christmas was the way to go back then. Number 4. The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. When I watch reviews of it, everyone says that it's the shortest Zelda game ever, kind of. But I don't mind that. I don't think it's short at all. It has side quests, like collecting all these figurines. That is actually really fun. And also it's a lot of references to characters from Zelda The Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I mean, it's a smash up with all of these characters that you know from all the other Zelda games. I don't have the case for this. I bought this off eBay like in later years because I didn't get it back then, like I said. The actual box and like complete in box is so much more expensive. And I just wanted to play the game at least. So I only had the cart for this. Number 3. Now we're down to the top 3 games. Can you guess what it is? This. It is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga with the lovable characters from the Super Mario Brothers universe. It's been some years since I played this last. This is actually on the Virtual Console also, I think. You can actually pick it up there if you don't have it like this and can't find it like this. It's probably pricey right now, I think, if you want it complete in box. Such a pretty box art. Number 2. It's this one. It's Super Mario World. It's actually called Super Mario Advance 2. I remember when I got this game, I was so happy. I was playing this so much and I missed having coins in the actual world, like picking up fucking coins. Also, I missed riding Yoshi and stuff. So this is it. I didn't play it on the Super Nintendo only when I was visiting like kids in the neighborhood I only saw this game, but now finally I got it for myself. I completely completed this. So, Super Mario World, where you can actually pick up coins and ride Yoshi. And at first place, number 1. I would say this is by far the best game on the system. It is also a port, like a lot of these games are. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I played this on an emulator back in the day. I will show you some video footage. You have most likely heard about this, seen this, played this, loved this, or any of those. But this, I just wanted to tell you guys that this is my favorite of all time Game Boy Advance game, even though it's a port. I actually played the Four Swords things like once. So that is my top 10. What are yours? Also, I want to say honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are actually Kirby, The Amazing Mirror. I completed this game, 100%. Another honorable mention, of course. Why didn't I include this game? Because it's so obvious. Pokemon Ruby version. Also like Sapphire and Emerald, but I have the Ruby version. Some other honorable mentions that I didn't mention at all when I recorded this are Fire Emblem. I have this on my Nintendo 3DS. Another good tactical game would be Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't have this game, but I am looking for it. I want Final Fantasy Tactics so much. Of course, we have the Golden Sun series. I don't have the games, but I have it on Virtual Console on my Wii U. I have WarioWare Inc. on my 3DS. It was a part of the Ambassador certificate. I want to end this video by saying thank you for watching, and I want to say that the Game Boy Advance is such a fun console to collect for. I will collect more for this in the time to come.